I like my bubbly smelling mud as much as the next person, but the North Island of New Zealand has some of the best trout fishing in the world. Lake Taupo is its epicentre, and that's where I'm headed now. Taupo is absolutely enormous. It used to be an old volcano crater and is up to 1,000 feet deep in spots. It seems daunting to try and find trout here. They grow to enormous sizes and then move up into the rivers to breed. I just hope this wind dies down. The Tongariro River is probably the most famous tributary, renowned for its massive browns and rainbows. This is where fly fishermen come from around the world to have a shot at a trophy fish. The fish here can grow to unbelievable sizes, and the early days saw fish averaging 5 kilos or more. When the famous game fisherman Zane Grey discovered the Tongariro, he wrote about it glowingly, describing its beauty and thriving trout population. Lodges catering to the travelling angler soon gained an international reputation. With their luxury and easy access to some of the best fishing areas, they make a perfect place to be based. This is the Tongariro Lodge. It has the comfort and atmosphere that makes for a special trout fishing experience. International anglers like Lefty Cray have brought their knowledge and skill to the area to bag some of the biggest wild trout in the world. I'm no trout expert, and there are definitely a few tricks to catching these beautiful fish, so I've enlisted local guide Tim McCarthy to get me started on my New Zealand adventure. What are the main types of flies that you use?
Predominantly we're fishing nymphs through most of the year. That's where you're using a fly that sinks and imitates the aquatic insect that's drifting down through the rivers. The other method that we use is using a dry fly. That's quite seasonal and it's very much a summertime thing. When those insects hatch, particularly the mayflies, they float up to the surface, and that's when they're available to be taken by a trout. Also really important to us is the terrestrial type of insect like cicadas and beetles, and when they get blown into the water they're a real good food source for the fish. And the other method we use is what we call fishing streamers, which is where you're using a sinking line and you're imitating a little bait fish or something, and you'll strip that back through the water.
The local tackle store is a great way to get a feel for what's available in the area. It's hard to know where to start with this form of fishing, as it seems to have more equipment than any other. With names like woolly bugger, brown sedge, Alf Whittaker's dung bug, and the red-arse Peter, it seems overwhelmingly complicated. It's probably best to keep it in perspective and remember that just like any other form of lure fishing, it's mainly the size and presentation that counts. The tackle is generally more refined, and casting relies on the rod and the line and not the weight of the flies. The craftsmanship in much of the tackle reflects the traditional obsession of this way of life. As with other forms of angling, you can go as far as you like, making the flies yourself from natural deer hair or synthetic flashing materials. My brother Mark might have gone a little bit overboard with this camo gear though.
See a little one just rose in there now. Right, so here's what we're using, Craig. We've got a little glow bug on here. Okay, it's a little wee egg imitation. You can use something small and bright like this. Often they'll come through and have a whack at it.
Right.
In order to get it down on the bottom where the fish are laying, we're using another fly here, and we have about 18 inches between them. This one's a very heavy nymph.
Right.
Okay, it's got a tungsten bead on it, a couple of wraps of lead, so that's going to sink down really fast in the deeper water.
So we can expect to get 2 fish at once?
Well, if we put 3 on, we might get 3, you never know.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the strike indicator that we're using. Essentially it works the same as a float in the ocean. When the flies hit the bottom, okay, or drag through the water, or a fish grabs it, that's going to disappear, and that's the time to pull the trigger and set the hook. Just let that come down in a little bit closer, Craig. There's a couple of fish sitting right there in front of us now. Just leave that slack in your line so you don't get any drag. Right there. Yep. Ooh, yeah, when that thing moves, right there, pull the trigger, right? I mean, some of that's going to be bottom because we're using such a heavy fly, but you can't tell the difference between the bottom and a grab in this scenario. If that thing just twitches, nail it. Just leave that slack in your line. Just at that bottom rock, yeah, just there. There's actually, those fish have come back a little closer again, eh?
Is that too close?
No, that's not bad. Okay, just mend it upstream, just let it drift, let it drift, let it drift. It's right on him there, eh? Set it. Yeah, you got him. There you go. Let him run, 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 let him run. There you go. Woohoo! Nice. You can just hold him here for a second to see what he's going to do. Well, it helps when you can see him, mate. You know, when those fish had been on that far bank and then they came back across again. Start bringing them over now there, Craig.
I don't seem to be able to turn him.
Yeah, you know what's happened, that trailing hook's got him,
really?
Got him in the tail, yeah.
I foul hooked him.
Oh, you haven't foul hooked him. What's happened is either the trailing, he's rolled on it, and because we're using a second fly, that's actually because he was fair hooked in the mouth to start with. Just follow him down a little bit. Just follow him down. I'm going to have to get down below him, otherwise we're going to lose him. Just swing your rod over that way. That was unfortunate. Oh, there's a couple others over there, so I mean you just got to persevere with these fish, and then you know, every half an hour you get one hopefully.